Good morning, yogis, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to bring this practice to you from Sydney. I'm here at Tamarama Beach. The sun is just cresting, so it might be a bit shadowy in the video, but you can enjoy the gorgeous view of the ocean. So without further ado, let's begin. We'll start practice on our mat. So bringing the soles of the feet together to touch, knees wide apart, and then gently lower yourself down on towards the ground, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So keeping the knees wide apart, opening up through the hips. If this feels a bit too strong, you can use 2 blocks. Like I mentioned in my last video, it doesn't really matter if you have professional yoga blocks. I used to use my internal medicine textbook for the longest time until I just got blocks. So anything, even some pillow cushions, it really doesn't matter. All right, so you can also put those underneath your knees just to support the hips. And we'll bring the left hand towards the heart, right hand towards the belly. Just shutting down the eyes and starting to breathe. And with every inhale, just feeling the belly rise. And on the exhale, the belly falls. Noticing with each breath, the heart rate slows. And trying to lengthen the duration of both the inhales and the exhales here. So coming to Samavriti, equal length inhale, equal length exhale. So long, slow inhale through the nose. And exhale back through the nose. 3 more like that. So wherever you are practicing, just creating space for you to arrive in that room, to arrive in that area. Using every breath to clear a little bit of space in the mind. The exhale, you soften anything you're holding on to from your day, from the week, from the craziness in the world. Just let that go. It's not a part of our practice today. But our breath is. Gratitude is. One more deep breath here. And then exhale to slowly side out. If you're using blocks, just gently removing those from underneath your knees. And you'll bring your hands to the opposite side of both legs, closing your legs together like closing a book, and then drawing the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze. And just rolling from side to side, massaging the low part of your spine. And then gently you'll lower the right leg down towards the mat, keeping the left knee drawing in towards the belly. So just wrapping the hands, interlocking them around the shin, and slowly using the strength of your biceps to draw the thigh in towards the belly. Keep breathing. One more breath. And then on an exhale, slowly draw that left knee over the body towards the right side of your mat, coming into a gentle spinal twist. Left arm comes wide apart or into cactus. Stick with your breath. Samavriti, long, slow inhale and exhale. Trying to create the steadiness and ease through the body. And using your breath to guide your practice. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind. Lower the left leg back down. And we'll draw the right knee in towards the chest, so switching sides. Keeping the back of the neck nice and long here. Drawing the knee in towards the chest. Right away, just feeling a change in your body and your demeanor from the rest of your day. As soon as you step onto the mat, as you arrive in your yoga practice, not using the same breath that you use throughout your day, but changing us to this yogic breath. The strong, deep inhales and exhales, maybe even an audible breath coming into your ujjayi. Just try to change the chemistry of your body. One more inhale here. Exhale, slowly let the right knee fall towards the left this time, coming into a spinal twist on the other side. Right arm comes wide apart, maybe looking over towards the right, lowering the right ear down. Last breath. And then exhale to slowly unwind, placing both soles of the feet down on towards the mat, back of the neck nice and long. We'll take an inhale to draw both knees in towards the chest. And then exhale, you'll cross the right leg on top of the left leg, maybe even wrapping the right toes behind the back of the left shin, coming into your Garudasana eagle legs. Arms draw wide apart. And on an exhale, the right arm sweeps underneath the left, coming into Garudasana eagle arms. So either keeping your eagle arms, or if you can't interlock the hands there, just grabbing for opposite shoulders. If not, the palms come to touch. We'll take an inhale here to touch the fingertips over the head, toes down. Exhale to round up, knees come towards the elbows. Again, inhale to create length. Exhale to round, lift the head, lift the shoulders, knees touch. Inhale. Exhale, elbows to knees. 3 more like this. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, round, pausing here, keep squeezing together, holding for another 3, for 2, and 1, keeping the shoulders and the head hovered, unwind. We'll take an inhale to lengthen, coming into a rounded spine position. Exhale to switch left leg on top of the right, maybe wrapping the left toes behind. Left arm comes underneath, lowering the head back down. Taking 1 breath to prepare. Exhale out. Next inhale, the left toes lower down, fingertips up overhead. Exhale to round up, knees to elbow. Inhale, length. Exhale, round. So as you lengthen down, still keeping the lock, that bind in the legs, bind in the arms, but just lengthening the legs, stretching out as long as you can. Last 3. Rounding up. Last 2. And up. Last 1. And up, pausing here, holding for 3. Sun's crescent, how beautiful. Last 2. And 1, keeping the hovering of the shoulders, unwind, hollow body, holding for 3. For 2, arms by the ears, last 1. Exhale to draw the knees in towards the chest, big squeeze. Of course, nice and warm. And then exhale, we'll wrap the hands behind the back of the thighs and just rock and roll up and down, coming towards a seated position, rolling over the shins. We'll make our way down into tabletop. Alrighty. Once you are in tabletop position, keeping the hands again directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spreading the fingertips nice and wide. We'll just start by warming up through the wrists, so knuckles root down on towards the earth, just creating gentle circles, so leaning towards the left, over the fingertips, and towards the right. Sitting the weight back over the heels, and again, just following circles just like that. So we spend a lot of time in yoga on our hands. And I know for most of us, we do have wrist sensitivities, especially if we're on our phones, texting. We're putting our hands in a compromised position sometimes. Switch to the other side. So just being patient. I love to warm up the wrist at the start of practice. Lots of little carpal bones in there, so many little joints, so just giving them a bit of love before we put all of our weight on them. All right, and then sitting your weight back on towards your heels. You'll flip your palms, so your palms are now facing towards you. Coming back towards that tabletop, pressing the back of the wrist in towards the mat, locking out through the elbow. So just stretching the back of the wrist, coming into wrist flexion. You can either sway from side to side or just find stillness. 2 more breaths. And then we'll flip the fingertips towards us. So fingertips towards your knees, thumbs towards the long edge of the mat. Just pressing down through the mat, stretching across the anterior forearm, either staying here, sending your weight back into your heels, just to deepen that stretch. Making sure you're pressing the fingertips down and towards the mat. Stay here and breathe. And slowly rising up, shaking the wrists out. Hear all my malabees. Alrighty. Let's come back down into tabletop position, knees underneath the hips. Moving through a cat-cow. Nice and easy. Inhale, lower the belly, open the heart. Looking up. Exhale, you round, draw the navel in towards the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale again, opening up through the heart. It's getting warm here. Exhale to round. Keep moving through your cat-cow. The inhale takes you forward, broadening the collarbone. Exhale to press back. 2 more in your own timing, nice and slow. Feeling every millimeter of movement as you just waken up the spine. Last one together, inhale. Exhale, round. Coming back through a neutral spine position. We'll take an inhale to draw the right knee towards the right tricep, pause. Then exhale to step that right foot in between both hands, coming into your Anjaneyasana. So framing the front left foot. Again, you can use those blocks if you'd like. So you put your hands onto the blocks or hands on towards the ground. Just energetically trying to draw the right heel back and trying to tuck the tailbone under, lengthening through the psoas. Taking one more breath here. Exhale to slowly rise up, lift the arms. And then exhale, you fold. Flipping the left toes towards the right. And we'll windmill the arms open, straighten that front right leg. On an inhale, we'll bring the left fingertips down towards the ground, reaching the right arm up and over. Exhale, sitting the weight back over the heels, swinging the arms forward, coming back towards that front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, inhale to windmill the arms, left fingertips down, reaching the right hand back, gate pose. Exhale, rounding towards the front, Ardha Hanumanasana, so stretching that front right leg. Inhale to reach up, reverse. Exhale, sit the weight back, round forward. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Drawing the left toes back towards the mat, bending into the right knee. Find your low lunge again. And then exhale to plant the hands down, drawing the right knee back to meet the left. Taking one cat-cow to reset. Inhale to lower the belly, open the heart. Exhale to round. Inhale to then send the left knee towards the left tricep, touch. And then step the left foot in between both hands, bending in towards the left knee. Keeping the hands down on towards the ground. Just need to make a little adjustment. Keeping the hands down on the ground or maybe using your blocks. And trying to keep the chest open here. So again, tucking that tailbone under and trying to draw that right knee forward. So finding traction between the legs. One more breath. Next inhale, we'll rise up. Finding Anjaneyasana. And then slowly melting the hands down. You'll pivot the right toes towards the left, windmill the arms open and straighten that front left leg. You can keep the toes up towards the sky. Taking an inhale here, right fingertips come down towards the ground. Reaching the left arm up and over, pressing the hips forward here. It's lengthening through the left side of the body. Taking one more inhale. Exhale to send the weight back over the heels, crawling the hands forward, keeping this front leg straight. Finding Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Windmill the arms open. Inhale, right fingertips down, left arm reaches up and over. Press the hips forward. Exhale, hips sink back. Reach towards the front. Inhale to windmill open. Reverse. Exhale to round towards the front. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Pivoting the right toes towards the back. Bending back and towards that left knee. Finding a low lunge one more time. And exhale to gently just draw the left toes back, coming back in towards your tabletop. Taking an inhale here. Exhale round. Inhale, neutral spine. Gently walking the hands forward, coming into Anahatasana, melting heart pose. Lowering the chin or the forehead down towards the mat. Opening up through the mid-spine. Making sure that the hips are still directly over the knees. My mat smells like sage. It's so good. Okay, 2 more breaths. And then gently lowering the forearms down towards the ground and shifting the hips all the way down, lowering the belly. So keeping the toes untucked and pressing the forearms down and towards the mat, making sure that the elbows are shoulder distance apart, opening up through the chest. So that same cat-cow motion, inhale to open, broaden the collarbones. On an exhale, you'll press into the forearms, round the belly, lift the hips, tuck the chin. Inhale to lower the belly, open the heart. Exhale to round, tuck, tuck, tuck. So energetically drawing the elbows back towards the knees, knees towards the elbows. Inhale again, lower the belly, open the heart. Exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale, round. Pause. Keep drawing the elbows back towards the knees, either staying on the knees or pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting the knees. Still rounding the upper spine, create as much space as you can between the shoulder blades. Holding here for another 3. 2. And 1. Lower the belly all the way down towards the earth. Drawing the belly and the chin down towards the chest. Arms come wide apart, coming towards the fingertips. Elbows up towards the sky. On an inhale, peeling the chest up off the mat, looking up. Exhale, you melt all the way down. One more like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. A bit different this time. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, looking towards the left, lower the right shoulder, lower the right ear. Inhale through center. Exhale, left shoulder, left ear. Again, inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder, left ear. Inhale through center, pause. Exhale to fold all the way down. Drawing the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, lifting the belly. Pressing into both hands. Inhale, high plank, lots of energy. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here. Taking 5 deep breaths on the mat. Think about pressing the mat away a little bit more with your hands. lifting the tailbone up towards the sky, and melting the heels down towards the earth. Last breath here. And on your next inhale, lift the heels, and gently rippling forward into a high plank position, moving nice and slow, vertebra by vertebra. Shoulders away from the ears, crown of the head looks forward. Exhale, you'll bend into the knees, find turbo puppy. So knees are hovering 1 inch above the ground, setting the weight back into the heels, drawing the head in between the eyes. Inhale, we'll straighten the legs up towards the sky. Exhale to melt the heels down. So moving like a wave, inhale, ripple forward. Over-exaggerate that motion. Exhale, press back, turbo puppy. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale to melt the heels down. Inhale again, ripple forward. Exhale, round, press back. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale forward. Exhale, turbo. Inhale up. And exhale, lower the heels. Bringing the toes to touch. We'll take an inhale to press into the left foot. Right foot reaches up towards the sky, pointing the toes. Finding your 3-legged dog. Making sure that both hips are square towards the ground, pressing to the left and the right hand equally. Taking 1 more breath here. Exhale to lower the left foot back down. Inhale, left leg reaches up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. 1 more breath. Exhale to slowly lower the left foot back down. Separating the feet mat distance apart. Gently walking the hands back towards the feet, lowering the heels down, coming into Malasana, yogi squat. So separating the knees wide apart, maybe using the elbows to press the knees wide. Sinking the hips down, hands come towards heart center, lifting the head. Breathe. Last breath here. And exhale to walk the hands forward, bowing the chin towards the chest. Pause. 1 more inhale. Exhale to slowly walk the hands forward, coming back towards high plank position. So separate the feet to be hip distance. Rounding the spine, pressing the mat away. 1 more breath here. And exhale to bend the elbows, letting the tricep glide beside the body as you slowly lower all the way down towards your belly, letting the belly and the thighs touch at the same time. Untuck the toes, inhale, draw the shoulders back, cobra. Exhale to fold. 2 more, inhale, elbows reach back. Exhale, lower. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, melting down. Tucking the toes, lifting the knees, lift the belly, press into both hands, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, keeping the feet together. Inhale, right leg reaches up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lower down. Separate the feet mat distance apart, walking the hands back towards the feet, sinking the weight back into the heels, Malasana. 1 more breath. Exhale, walk the hands forward, bow the chin. Inhale here. Exhale, high plank position. Separate the feet back to hip distance. Inhale and high plank. This time, exhale, lower down just halfway. Pause. Either lower all the way to cobra, or inhale, rolling over the toes, pressing into the hands. Upward facing dog. Exhale, pull from the core, press the mat away, downward facing dog. 1 more like this, feet together. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left. Exhale, lower. Separating the feet, mat distance apart. Inhale, Malasana. Exhale to stay. One more, inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward, chin towards the chest, bowing down. Inhale. Exhale, crawling forward, high plank position, feet hip distance apart. Inhale in high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pull from the core, downward facing dog. Ooh, pulled a lot there. All right. Keeping the feet hip distance apart this time. Inhale, we'll lift the heels, bend the knees, then step towards the top of the mat, forward fold. We're just bowing forward here, coming into ragdoll. So arms can just dangle down towards the ground or grab for opposite elbows. Any variation. Just making sure you're letting go of any tension in the back of the neck. Just relax here, just hang out. Literally just hang out. You nod the head yes or no. Maybe so. And on your next exhale, slowly letting go of the elbows. Bring the fingertips down in front of the toes. We'll take an inhale to lift halfway up, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale to melt back down. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Slight bend into the knees. We'll come all the way up through standing through a rounded back position. Lifting up vertebra by vertebra, crown of the head lifts last. Giving yourself a roll of the shoulders, slipping the palms. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, Samastahiti. Making sure you're at the top of the mat. Toes touch, heels slightly apart. One more inhale to reach up. And then exhale to fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale and high plank. Exhale, bending halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. Exhale out. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the knees, step towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, melt you down. Inhale through a flat spine this time, coming all the way up through standing, sending the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest, lift the heart. Inhale to create length. Exhale, Samastiti. Pause. Finding that equilibrium. Next inhale, guide you up. Exhale, you fall. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath. Exhale, release. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the knees. Look forward, either float or just step your feet towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down. Inhale to rise. Reach up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastahiti. Just give yourself another roll of the shoulders, opening through the chest, sending the fingertips down towards the earth, engaging the core, lifting from the inner thighs, the belly, the pelvic floor. And shutting down the eyes, taking a moment to feel the shift happening in your body. One more breath here. And exhale out. Gently blink the eyes open. Again, toes touch, heels slightly apart, bending into both knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Arms by the ears, sitting the weight back and towards the heels. Drawing the low ribs in, tucking the tailbone down. Can you sink a bit lower? Keep breathing. Last breath here. Exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, so either stepping back through high plank or press into both hands, bend the knees, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pull from the core, downward facing dog. One deep breath here. Exhale, release. Keeping the toes together. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky, finding your three-legged dog, pressing into both hands. Exhale, right knee, right tricep touch. Inhale again, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, pause. Last one, inhale. Exhale, coming through that tiger curl. Slowly heel toe the right foot down, replacing the left toes with the left heel. Finding your warrior one, nice and slow. Both arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale to sink a bit deeper. So making sure you're really pressing on the outsides, the blade of that back left foot. Bending in towards the right knee and both hips are facing forward. If you need to, you can heel toe the right foot a bit wider just to accommodate the size of your hips. Arms are by the ears. So making sure that the arms are no longer in your view, so opening up through the chest. Fingertips are nice and strong, nice and energized. Sink a bit deeper. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands come down by your side. Interlace the fingers, pressing the knuckles down and towards the back of the thigh. Lift the heart, open the chest, look up. And then exhale to bow forward, right shoulder to the inside of the right knee, lifting the arms up overhead. If you can't interlock the fingers, option is just to grab for opposite elbows here. So bowing the chin down. Chin tucks in towards the chest. Still bending into the right knee. Humble warrior. One more breath here. Exhale to slowly rise up. Pivoting on the back left toe, so lifting the heel. Arms reach up towards the sky. You're now in your high lunge. Exhale, sink low. One more inhale. Exhale to find arrowhead. Crown of the head reaches forward. One inhale. Exhale, can you spring forward, finding warrior three. So keeping the back foot flexed, wrapping the left pinky toes down. Crown of the head reaches forward like you're spearing through a wave. One more breath here. Exhale to slowly rise. Left knee draws in towards the chest, arms by the ears. Exhale, bend into the right knee, left leg crosses up and over. Left toes behind the left or the right shin. Left arm sweeps underneath the right, Garundasana eagle. Lifting the arms, the elbows nice and high as you bend deeply into that right leg. Pausing here. Taking one more breath. And then slowly we'll draw the elbows towards the knees. And exhale to lift the elbows away from the knees. Again, inhale, curling together. Exhale, lift the arms. Still staying low in that leg. Last one, inhale. And then exhale to lift. Inhale to slowly unwind. Unwind the arms. Arms by your body, straightening the front leg, straightening the back left leg. Can you hinge forward, finding warrior three one more time. Inhale here. Exhale to bend into the right knee, stepping the left toes far back your mat. High lunge. Pause through the exhale. One more inhale. Exhale to plant the hands down, step back or keeping that foot elevated. Lowering down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pull from the core, downward facing dog. Keeping the feet together right away. Inhale, left leg reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, left knee, left tricep touch. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, tricep knee. Last one, inhale. Exhale, coming through a tiger curl. Slowly heel toe that left foot in between the hands. Lower the back right heel, keeping it at a 45-degree angle. Pressing on the outside of that foot as you slowly rise up. Warrior one. Exhale to sink low. Breathe here. keeping the hips square towards the front of the room. So again, energy extends beyond the fingertips. Be in the pose. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down by your side, interlock the fingers. Try and interlock it the other way. It feels wonderfully weird. Pressing the knuckles into the back of the right thigh. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Open the chest, lift the heart. And then exhale to bow forward, hinge at the hips. Left shoulder to the inside of the left knee, lifting the arms up overhead, tucking the chin in towards the chest. Breathing here. One more in humble warrior. And then exhale to slowly rise up. Pivot on the back right toes, lift the right heel. Arms come by the side, high lunge. Exhale, sink low. One more inhale. Exhale to hinge at the hips, find arrowhead. Inhale here to prepare. Exhale, can you spring forward? Whew. The left leg's always so much harder for me. All right, once when you're in your warrior three, wrap the right pinky toes down, trying to keep the crown of the head in line with the back right heel. Fingertips are reaching back, head reaching forward. One more inhale. Exhale to slowly rise up. Right knee in towards the chest. Exhale to cross the right knee on top of the left and be tucked the back right toes. Right arm sweeps underneath the left, interlocking the arms. Lift the elbows nice and high, sinking deep in towards that left leg. Garudasana. Just pause. So energetically trying to squeeze everything towards that midline. Finding something in the distance to keep your eyes focused on to help with your balance. So sinking low. One more inhale, lift the elbows nice and high. Exhale to draw the elbows towards the knees, touch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more, inhale, lifting up. And exhale, knees to elbow. Inhale to rise. Slowly unwind the arms, unwind the legs, sending the right leg back. Hinging at the hips, can you find warrior three one more time? Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the left knee, step the right toes far back the mat, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, stay. One more, inhale. Exhale to melt the hands down. Step the left foot back or keep it elevated. Lowering halfway down, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, lower the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale out. Inhale to separate the feet mat distance apart, walking the hands back towards the legs, bending into the knees. Malasana. And either staying here for 3 breaths or option to lower the hands down towards the mat. Bring the feet a little bit closer together, coming into your crow pose. So keeping the knees on towards the triceps, pressing down and towards the mat, looking forward. Maybe lifting one toes, maybe lifting the others. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower the feet back down, finding Malasana. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, walk the hands forward, bowing the chin in towards the chest. Relaxing the back of the head. And then exhale, slowly walking the hands forward, finding high plank, separating the feet back to hip distance. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for 2 breaths. Keeping the toes together. Inhale, right leg reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, right knee to tricep touch. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale to step the foot in between the hands, lower the back left heel. Inhale, warrior 1. Maybe the hands come to touch this time. Exhale, hands down, interlock the fingers, open the heart. Exhale, bowing down, humble warrior. Stay for a breath. Exhale out. Inhale to rise up, pivot on the back left toes. high lunge. Exhale, find arrowhead. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, spring forward. Woo, that is not happening for me today. Warrior three. And then you get into your head of I can't do it. Oh no, even me guys, even me. One breath here. Exhale, slowly rise up, left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, eagle, left knee around, left arm underneath. Bending in towards the right leg. Inhale to lift the elbows. Exhale to round, knees to elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, unwind, finding warrior three one more time. Exhale, bend into the right knee, step the left toes back, high lunge. Exhale here. One more, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet come together, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger curl, heel toe that foot down. Lower the back right heel, rising up, warrior one. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlock the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Stay for one breath. Inhale, rise up, pivot on the back right toes. Inhale to rise, high lunge. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale and arrowhead. Exhale, spring forward, warrior three. I did it. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly right knee in towards the chest, arms by the ears. Right leg crosses over, right arm underneath. Garudasana. Inhale to lift the elbows. Exhale to bend knees towards the elbows. Inhale to lift the elbows. Exhale to touch the knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, pause. Exhale to unwind, finding your warrior three. Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the left knee, step the right toes back, high lunge. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep breath here. Exhale out. Inhale to lift the heels, lower the knees, sit back, child's pose. Forehead melts into the mat. Just breathing here. Taking a little pause. Finding your breath. Slowing the heart rate down. Just reconnecting. On your next inhale, slowly peel the forehead off the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bring the toes to touch. Pressing the mat away, still in your down dog. Next inhale, right leg's gonna reach up towards the sky. Exhale again, right knee, right tricep touch, trying to keep the spine rounded. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to tricep touch. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to step that right foot in between the hands, warrior one. Exhale, unwind. Inhale to lift. Exhale, humble warrior. Now either staying in your humble warrior or option to bring the right arm underneath the leg, coming in towards the bind. So different openings for the shoulders. I find this one can feel pretty nice. Let's take one more breath here. Exhale to slowly let go of the bind. Both arms reach up, pivot on the back left toes. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale and arrowhead. Exhale, can you spring forward, warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, slowly rise up, left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, Garudasana, left leg over, left arm underneath. Inhale, we'll just lift the arms this time. And then exhale to round and pause here, keeping the rounded spine. So sinking deep in towards the right hip, knees towards the elbows. And breathe. One more. Exhale slowly to lift up. Unwind, keeping that left foot elevated, I know. Finding warrior three. Inhale here. Exhale, bend in towards the right knee. Step the left toes back, high lunge. Exhale to lower the heel. Windmill the arms open, warrior two. Pause for a breath. Inhale, left hand, left thigh, flipping the right palm, reverse your warrior, reaching up and over. Exhale, back through center. Inhale to reach the right arm forward. Exhale, right elbow inside of right knee, left arm up towards the sky. Parshvakonasana. So sinking deep in towards that right leg. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly back to warrior two. Stay bent into that right knee. Exhale to straighten the right leg, now reverse. And then exhale, coming forward, Trikonasana. So this is where those blocks can come in great handy. Textbook, wine bottle, outside of the right leg, pressing in towards the right thing. Left arm's gonna reach up towards the sky, Trikonasana. Trying to draw that right hip back in towards its socket, opening up through the chest. Left arm is pressing down, left arm's reaching up, right hand's reaching down. One more inhale here. Exhale to bend back in towards the right knee. Walking the block forward, arms distance apart. Heel toe the left foot in just a little bit closer. Pressing down to the right foot, can the left leg get nice and light? Keeping the sole of the foot, inner edge of the foot parallel towards the ground. Pressing down to that right block. See if you can start to open the chest. Maybe the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze goes towards the left. Finding your half moon. Breathe. And then slowly drawing the left hand down towards the ground, maybe towards the opposite block, or just both hands down towards the ground. Squaring the hips, finding your standing splits. The crown of the head reaches down. Can you squeeze the left glute to lift the left leg a bit higher? Maybe pointing the toe. One more breath. Exhale to bend the left knee, draw the left knee behind the right, lowering it all the way down towards the mat. Crossing the right leg on top of the left, coming into your Gomukhasana legs. So the right leg is crossed directly over the left, maybe pressing into the soles of the feet, shimmying the hips to try to align the knees one on top of each other. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, right hand comes behind the back, flipping the palm towards the outside, left arm up and over, maybe interlocking the fingers. Take an inhale to press in towards the back of the forearm. Exhale to bow forward. Breathing here. Last two. Last one, slowly rising up, letting go of that bind. So a couple ways to get out of Gomukhasana. Option one, in no particular order. Hands will come down towards the mat. You'll lower the top of the head, so lean up on towards the knees. You'll lower the top of the head down towards the mat. So creating a triangle with your hands and your head. Pressing in towards both hands, you'll lift the legs up. Unwind the legs as you come in towards your tripod headstand. And then from here, gently hinging at the hips. Once you see your toesies in your view, from here you'll lower the toes. At the same time you lift the head, coming up into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. If you're like hells to the nose, all good. We'll keep the same sort of technique. So hands come forward, leaning forward on towards the knees. At the same time that you shoot your legs back, bend into the elbows. Chaturanga. Or just step back, high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog together. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep breath here. Exhale. Keeping the feet together. Inhale, left leg reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, touch. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to step that foot in between both hands, lower the back right heel, rising up, high lunge, or warrior one. Exhale, hands by your side, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior, left shoulder inside the knee. Either staying here or that left arm reaches behind the left leg. Right arm comes over top, coming into a bind. So any variation, 2 more breaths. Last one. Exhale, slowly letting go of that bind. Pivot on the back right toes. Inhale to rise up, high lunge. Exhale through arrowhead. Inhale and arrowhead. Exhale, spring forward. Warrior 3. Pause for a breath. And then exhale, slowly rise up. Right knee in towards the chest, arms by the ears. Exhale, right knee on top of the left. Left arm underneath the right. Lifting the elbows nice and high. Actually, right arm underneath. Yep, right arm underneath. That feels better. Inhale to lift the elbows. Exhale, draw the elbows towards the knees, bowing down, staying here in this crunch. So bending deep in towards the left leg, drawing everything in towards the center. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind, staying nice and low. Warrior 3, send the right leg back. Crown of the head forward. Exhale to bend in towards the left knee, step the right toes back, high lunge, inhale. Exhale to lower the right heel, windmill the arms open, warrior 2. So for warrior 2, you can either have the front heel in line with the back middle arch, or just have a heel to heel alignment. Think about energetically drawing those heels together as you sink deep in towards the left knee. Arms reach wide apart. Gaze over the front left middle finger. One more inhale here. Exhale, right hand, right thigh, flipping the left palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, back through center. Inhale, left arm reaches forward. Exhale, left elbow inside left knee, right arm up towards the sky. Parshvakonasana. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, slowly back through warrior 2. Stay bent into that left knee. And then straighten the left leg. Right hand, right thigh, flipping the left palm, reverse. And then exhale, coming back through center, reaching for that block, placing it underneath the left shoulder, pressing down through the left hand. Inhale, right arm reaches up, Trikonasana. Easy breathing. And exhale to bend back in towards the left knee. Heel to the right foot in a couple of feet. Walk the block forward and arms distance apart, pressing into the left foot. Right foot gets nice and light. Keeping the sole of the foot parallel towards the ground, or the inner edge of the foot parallel towards the ground. And then try to stack the hips. Maybe the right arm reaches up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze looks towards the right. Look towards the ocean. Staying for one more breath here. Exhale to lower the right hand down, maybe towards the opposite block, or both hands down towards the ground, squaring the hips. Squeezing the right glutes to lift the leg a bit higher. Bowing the crown of the head down. Finding your standing splits. Last breath here. Exhale, bend the right knee, drawing the right knee behind the left knee. Slowly glide the knee down the calf, lowering it all the way towards the floor. And the left knee crosses up over top. Gomukhasana, other side. So keeping the knees stacked, maybe shimmying the hips to be midline. All right. Left arm comes behind, palm flipping out like you're going to high five someone behind you. Right arm reaches up over top, interlocking the fingers, pressing the back of the head in towards the right forearm. Inhale. Exhale to bow forward. Keep breathing. Last two. And last one, slowly rising up. Letting go of the bind. Again, same rules apply. Give myself a little space. Hands come down towards the mat. Finding top of the head either towards the mat Pressing down through both hands, see if you can lift the legs up towards the sky. Unwind the legs once you get there. Finding your tripod. Again, all options. And then hinging at the hips, finding your toes and your peripheral vision. Shoot back, chattering. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. Exhale out. Inhale to lift the heels, lower the knees, press back, child's pose. Beautiful work. Just trying to slow the inhales and the exhales here. And just feeling the ribs expand, feeling those wings on your back spread wide apart. And letting the forehead feel heavy. Just feeling connected to the earth. Alrighty, gently peel the forehead up off the mat. Walking the hands back towards the knees, pausing here. Shutting down the eyes, relaxing the face. And then gently we'll walk the hands back forward. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Bring the feet together, coming into pigeon on the right side. Inhale, right arm, right leg reaches up. Stacking the hips, so pressing the hips forward, bending the right knee. Maybe looking under the right armpit. One breath here. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, pause. Lower the shin down towards the ground, crawl the left knee back, finding pigeon on the right side. Hands come wide apart, open up through the chest. One more breath here. And then exhale to hinge at the hips, bowing forward over the right leg, melting the forehead down and towards the mat. And just relax. Just letting go of your practice, of all the work. And then coming back to that intention of why you chose to practice today. Whether it's your first time or your millionth class, it doesn't matter. Each time we step onto the mat is a new opportunity, a new journey in our body, with our breath, choosing to connect to something deeper, perhaps finding that inner teacher. Softening the upper body here, let's take 2 more breaths together. Next one, nice and slow. And then exhale all the way out. Slowly peel the forehead off of the mat, walking the hands back underneath of you, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Maybe lifting that right hip up again, giving it a few hip circles, any cracks out of it. When you're ready, lowering it back down. Feet touching, inhale, left leg's gonna reach up towards the sky, stacking the hips, bending the left knee, maybe looking underneath the left armpit. Hello, pigeon. There's always an animal in the video. Left knee, left tricep touch. Lower the left shin down towards the ground, walking the right knee back, finding pigeon on the other side. Hands come wide apart. Inhale, we'll open the chest. And then exhale, stay. One more breath. And exhale to hinge at the hips, bowing forward, walking the hands in front of you, melting the forehead down towards the ground or towards stacked fists or palms. And again, just breathe. Keep it nice and easy, nice and light. And often we take things a little bit too seriously in life. We think that things are happening to us. that we're personally offended by the coronavirus or by what Trump said or what the weather's like. But can we choose to see the current experience, the present circumstances, as something that's happening for us? Perhaps we needed a break from work. Perhaps we needed to ground in our own home, to connect with family, with friends, to put the effort forth, to call people that you don't usually call, to have Zoom chats and FaceTimes, and just having more time of yourself, maybe to meditate, to breathe, to move. There's beautiful things that are happening right now, so choose to see the beauty in the life in front of us. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly peel the forehead off the mat, pressing into the hands again, downward facing dog. One more inhale. Exhale out. And on your journey down on towards your back, you can jump through seated position or just find any way down on towards your back. All right. Once on your back, draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Moment of gratitude. And then exhale to come into a happy baby. Arms towards the inside of the legs, sending the heels up towards the sky. Back of the neck nice and long. And we swaying from side to side, lowering one heel down, then the other. Last breath here. Exhale, slowly let go of the legs. Bring the soles of the feet down towards the ground. Pause. And then gently you'll straighten one leg up towards the sky, followed by the next. So either just staying here in a passive inversion, or if you have a wall, you can keep your legs resting against the wall. You can place a block or a pillow underneath your hips just to elevate them a bit higher. Or if shoulder stands in your practice, option to lift the hips, walking the hands up the back, making sure there's no weight on the neck, it's all on the shoulders. And don't point the feet or flex the feet, just keep them nice and light, letting everything float up in the sky. Shutting down the eyes and allowing the legs to feel completely weightless. You're just moving through space. Again, there's no tension in the legs. Just letting all the blood and the lymph reverse in the opposite direction. Three more breaths here. And if your legs are up against the wall, just keep them there. If you're just in a restorative inversion, stay there. If you are in shoulder stand, we'll gently lower the toes up overhead, coming into plow if it's in your practice. Maybe the hands come down towards the mat. Taking 2 breaths in. And then from plow, or from wherever you are, gently lowering down vertebra by vertebra. Lowering all the way down towards your mat. And gently lowering the legs down, nice and slow. All the way towards your mat. Tucking the shoulder blades underneath you, arms by your side, palms flipped up towards the sky, and just shutting down the eyes. And coming back to your natural breath. Full journey here on the mat. And just softening the face, so relaxing the space behind the eyelids. Softening between the eyebrows, the jaw, the tongue. Maybe relaxing the throat, the chest, the belly. Letting go of any tension in the arms, the legs, just the hips and the thighs. They just melt in towards the earth. The calves feel heavy and the feet. And just feel as though the weight of gravity is pulling you down towards the earth. And at the same time, the earth presses back up into you, reminding you that you're not alone, that you feel supported, cared for, and held. So again, using this opportunity to surrender, to not carry so much with you, but only to carry that which you need. So choosing to carry love, to carry kindness, curiosity, and hope. Staying in your Shavasana. You can stay here as long as you'd like, or you can bend the legs, roll over towards the right side and pause there for a moment. And then in your own time, making your way up towards a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Keeping the eyes shut down, and we'll draw the hands towards heart center, bowing the chin in towards the chest. Just taking a moment to acknowledge your practice, to find the calm amongst the storm, knowing that you can't control everything in life. There are things that are constantly happening around us, so much stimulus. But we can control our reaction to them, our response, and being mindful of the things that we do choose to respond to. So using the prana that we just cultivated through the body and the mind, and using this as a sacred reservoir. So be mindful of where your energy goes, your intention flows. Bowing the chin. Thank you so much for your practice and for the community that we practice with together. Namaste.